Hey guys, Mel here as usual. Welcome back to This Week in Black Wellness with a name change and all after the little break. You know what to do. Drop us a comment below and let us know your thoughts. So what are we talking about on This Week in Black Wellness? One, the Crown Act 181. Have you heard of it? We are introducing you to the women who are bringing weed to the Deep South. Yes. Alison Felix launches a new athletic footwear brand for women after Nike told her to know her place. Girl, we're gonna get into it. And German psychologists finally discover how to stop buying things you don't need. And we're gonna tell you all about that, all you shoppers out there. All of these coming up in a few. I'll be right back. Hey guys, so we are back with This Week in Black Wellness. First up, we're going to be talking about the Crown Act 181. And this next story, I cannot believe we are dealing with it in 2021, but here we are. Have you all heard of the Crown Act? So the Crown Act was created in 2019 by Dove and the Crown Coalition in partnership with then State Senator Holly Mitchell of California to ensure protection against discrimination based on race-based hairstyles, yes, by extending statutory protection to hair texture and protective styles such as braids, locks, twists, and knots in the workplace and public schools. The basis, and we can all agree, people should not be forced to divest themselves of their racial, cultural identity by changing their natural hair in order to adapt to predominantly white spaces in the workplace or in school. So far, the act has been passed in 13 states, including New York, New Jersey, and California, and about 30 municipalities. Many more to go. You can help be part of that change. How? 1, by signing the petition to end hair discrimination in the workplace and schools, or by 2, emailing your senator. Yes, you can do that. We need to protect Black women's hair. Point blank, period. So for more information, you can visit www.thecrownact.com. That is THECROWNACT.com. Ooh, the woman bringing weed to the Deep South. I think you guys are gonna love this story. I do. It's kind of how I think about my friends and I, like when we grew up. Look at all this black girl magic. Just look at it. Anyway, so here's the story. There's a group of high-rolling ex-corporate Black women bringing weed to the Deep South. They range in age from about 57 to like 72 and call themselves Grits, girls raised in the South. Real-life sisters, longtime friends, members of a network of an elite class of African Americans. I want to belong. These women served on the boards for advocacy organizations, including the NAACP, Legal Defense Fund, and Links Incorporated. They had been in one another's social orbit for many years, forming friendships around their shared Southern roots and passion for social causes. And it didn't hurt that they were also some of the most powerful Black women in America. Yeah. So on one weekend in 2019, Robin Coles, an investor in biotech and healthcare, decided to host a small get-together at her vacation home on Kiowa Island, which is right off of South Carolina, I think, which, by the way, is very rich in history. And it was a weekend retreat, a gathering of girlfriends, and was meant to really allow friends to reconnect and recharge. Instead, they ended up sharing in the news of Sherry Blunt, an attorney in Washington, D.C., who had recently partnered with other friends in a medical marijuana business that opened its doors in January 2019. The women were all interested. And after initial conversation on the island, the women started reaching out to other friends, other successful Black businesswomen of a certain age who could see past the stigma and understand the cannabis business for what it was, an emerging industry that could one day offer generational wealth. They started Blunts & More, an LLC investing in cannabis and that seeks to start marijuana businesses across the country. Throughout the pandemic year, the group, which is named after the two sets of sisters who grew up together, has been focusing on becoming the first Black-owned multi-state operator. There are so many levels to this too many for me to get into today. But people who know me know I do not support marijuana smoking. What I do support is building generational wealth from something that was used as a vehicle to target and arrest black and brown people for decades. So hats off to these women for taking the stand to end the stigma surrounding cannabis and highlighting the promising prospect of the economy to aspiring entrepreneurs. Hats off, ladies. We salute you. Allyson Felix launches a new athletic footwear brand for women after Nike told her to know her place. So you guys know Allyson Felix, right? The most decorated woman in American track and field history, holding 9 Olympic medals, breaking the Usain Bolt's record for most won gold medals in world championships, recently qualifying for her 5th Olympics at 35 years old. Well, yes. She has been in partnership with Nike, appearing in promotions, donning their logo on her racing top, shorts, and compression shin sleeves. And in 2018, she spoke candidly about the tumultuous birthing experience that almost claimed the life of her and her daughter Cameron. She had to have an emergency C-section at 32 weeks, and during her recovery time, Felix attempted to renegotiate her contract with Nike because, of course, motherhood is hard. She advocated her maternal protections that would ensure she wouldn't be penalized if she didn't do her very best during her first meet back. Nike refused to include any of her suggestions and offered her a 70% pay cut. Yes, they did that. She was told to know her place, that runners should run, and that it's just business. So Felix made a decision then to cut ties with Nike and broke a non-disclosure agreement to tell her story. She launched a new athletic footwear brand, Seish, for women, proving to Nike that she knows exactly where her place is. The new brand of athletic footwear is for women by women. Felix partnered with her brother and business partner Wes and third co-founder Darren Breedveld to raise the $3 million in seed funding. The women designers who engineered the company's first shoe are both former Nike employees. Good for them. Every person who buys a pair will receive a lifetime membership into the Seish Collective, a digital subscription service offering perks, workout videos, conversations with Felix, and more. The sneaker comes in 3 colors and retails for $150. So are you all supporting Allyson or nah? Here's your chance to put the squeeze on Nike and support a black woman-owned initiative. What's it gonna be, ladies? What's it gonna be? German psychologists finally discover how to stop buying things you don't need. Are you an impulse buyer who gets caught up in retail therapy and ends up overspending? Well, there is hope for you. Yes. A study conducted by the psychology department at Germany's Julius Maximilians Universität has found a solution. And it all comes down to understanding your type. Yes, there are types apparently. So according to the study, there are 2 types of buyer. One, there's the pleasure seekers who crave enjoyment and are frequently driven by spontaneity or curiosity, such as wanting to treat themselves to a truffle they've never tried before, or add a great pair of jeans to their wardrobe. They are reaching for pleasure. So curbing those expenditures is a matter of curbing the spontaneity by forcing a pause between the urge and the purchase. The solutions here are low-tech, such as keeping a note on your wallet that says stop, or limiting immediate access to money by locking your cash or credit cards in a desk drawer or your car, for instance, right? The goal is to halt the impulse. And then there are the security seekers who are slower to buy. They'll stand in front of an object and think, will this taste as good as it looks? Or spend 10 minutes overing the buy button online. That would be me. For them, the key is to simply not give themselves the time to consider. They need to walk away or stand up and take a break from their computer. This study was conducted on 250 participants, and there you have it. So now you know. There is hope for you. And that's all I have for this week in Black Wellness. Hope you learned something new today. Join me back here next week for more. Did you subscribe? Please subscribe and follow us for upcoming episodes and sign up for our weekly newsletter. The link is in the description to get this first in your inbox. See you guys next week.